Chullin Daf Tzadik Zayin, we just finished learning about a gid nasha that was cooked together with the thigh. If it imparts flavor to the thigh, then the entire thigh is also. What is the ratio of gid nasha to thigh? We said it's as if the gid nasha was meat, which imparts flavor to turnips. And Taisa says that is the shear of 1 in 60 ratio. So anything less than 1 in 60 would be mutter, more than 1 in 60. If there's more than 1/60th gid nasha, then it's aser. Says Shmuel, that's on condition that you cooked it in liquid. And the liquid enables the flavor of the gid nasha to travel throughout the thigh. But if you were to roast the thigh, the roasting actually locks in the flavor and doesn't allow the flavor of the gid nasha to travel anywhere, and therefore the entire thigh would be mutter. All you need to do is peel away the gid nasha, maybe a little thin layer or up to a finger's breadth of meat around it, but the rest of the thigh is completely mutter. Now, Rav Huna said that if they roast the goat with the chalev, the fat of the kidney, the entire goat is also, you can't even eat its ear, which is really far from the kidney. Is that a contradiction to Shmuel? And the answer is no. Shmuel was referring to the gid nasha. The gid nasha doesn't travel through roasting, but the fat, oily fat, has the ability to travel through roasting throughout the entire animal, make it awesome. But what do we do with Rabbi Yochanan? Rabbi Yochanan said that if you roast a goat with its fat, all you need to do is peel away the fat and you can eat the rest of the goat. Seemingly, it's a contradiction to Rav Huna. Says the Gemara, no, there's 3 options to learn here. Either Rabbi Yochanan was talking about a very skinny goat, which its fat cannot travel throughout, or as like Taisa says another pshat, that then its fat is only 1 in 60th, less than 1 in 60th, it's batul b'shishim. Or Rabbi Yochanan is talking about a specific case where somebody roasted the kidney, and the fat of the kidney does not impart flavor into the kidney because, as we learned, the kidney has a membrane that separates the fat from itself, from the kidney, and therefore the fat doesn't go into the kidney. Or we're talking about a specific case by Rabbi Yochanan where a non-kosher fish fell into a pot, and what Rabbi Yochanan said was an amazing halacha, that all you do is, since you can't taste it, but we want to see if that small fish imparted flavor to the rest of the pot, you enlist a goy chef who understands flavors, and you ask him, Mesech Levitumai, says Rashi, you don't say, hey, I have a problem, is this kosher or not, because then he'll lie to you. You just say, what do you think about this dish? Is it a good dish? And if he says, oh, I taste a little bit of this fish, then you know you have a problem. Says Rava, based on that, then we could extrapolate other halachas. For instance, if you have truma, a pot of truma, you cooked chullin inside the pot. Now, you cooked min b'sheinu mina, you cooked other fruits. You want to see if the truma imparted flavor to the chullin, and maybe a Yisrael is not allowed to eat it. So what do? You enlist a kohen. You say, kohen, tell me, can you taste the truma in this mixture? What if you have basar b'chalav, where a Jew cannot taste it? Then you enlist a goy. But what if you have min b'minoi? It's the same product, like in our sugya, the gid nasha with the thigh. It's meat and meat. They taste the same basically. And it's impossible to differentiate and taste. Even a goy can't taste the difference. So what do? Then you go to echad b'shishim. You see that you have the ratio of 1 in 60. If a thigh was, instead of cooked like we're discussing, or roasted, what if it was salted? So we have a machlokes. Ravina says salting is like cooking and imparts flavor to the entire thigh, and memela it's aser. Rav Acha says no way. Salting has some sort of properties of cooking, but not like cooking. And I'll prove it to you, he says. Because when Shmuel talks about salting and pickling, he doesn't use the same lashon by both. He says pickling is like cooking, but salting is like boiling. What he should have said is both are cooking. So you see that salting is not really cooking. Salting is just boiling, meaning it has the property of roasting. And therefore, all you need to do is peel away the gid nasha, and the rest of the thigh is mutter. How do you do batul b'shishim? You have a pot, and you have something usher in it, and you want to take the rest of the pot and see if you have 60 times the amount. So what you do is, you take everything in the pot, including the big pieces, the small pieces, the sediment, the liquid, the soup. And says the Gemara, even the pot itself. Now the Gemara's mesuvik, do we mean the actual metal, the pot? And what if it's a 50-gallon pot? Do we take that and use that for the batul b'shishim? Or does it mean the flavors that were imparted into the pot, the belias of the kosher flavors in the pot? Says Rabbi Yochanan, when it comes to flavors, all we need to use for all isurim besides gid nasha. Gid nasha, the Mishnah said we use turnips as what we determine as echad b'shishim. But when it comes to all the other isurim, there's nothing that has a stronger taste than an onion when it comes to isurim, because we're not going to use hot peppers because there's nothing in isurim like like chaylev, etc., that have a stronger taste than onions, so there's no need to go more than onions. Onions is the determining factor. If an onion can impart flavor, so to anything else. Onions and leek. Says Rav Nachman that when it comes to a gid anasha, and you want to do 1 in 60, so obviously you're going to use 60 other pieces of kosher meat. So you have 61 pieces total in the pot. 1 piece of gid anasha plus 60 kosher pieces. However, and this is an amazing chiddush, very fascinating. When it comes to the udder of an animal, the udder has milk in it. The udder itself is 100% kosher. If you're able to squeeze out all the milk, then it's regular meat, you're allowed to eat it. The issue is that it has milk in it. Now this milk should midaraisa be completely mutter, because the only problem with basar b'chalav is milk that you milked before the shechita. Since this milk was inside of the animal during shechita, it should be mutter, but midarabanan it's also. Says the Gemara, tremendous chiddush. When we have a pot with the udder in it, and we want to be matter everything in the pot, so we have to have batul b'shishim. You can use the udder to be mevatel b'shishim. In other words, all you need is 59 other pieces of meat, and the udder is together 60, and it'll be mevatel all the milk that we have. And here's an amazing chiddush. But the udder itself, since while you started cooking, the meat imparted flavor into the milk, so now we have an issue of the udder itself being basar b'chalav. And you're right that later on all the milk drained out of the udder, but the isser of basar b'chalav never went away. So the udder itself is asr. Yet you could use the udder to be mevatel b'rayv. And here's what's even crazier. This udder, if you were to take it, since we look at it as a piece of nevela, if you were to take it and put it into another pot, it will make everything in the other pot treif. Yet you're allowed to use it in the first pot as a heter to mevatel b'rayv. An amazing chiddush. Have a wonderful day.